gecko? What the fuck? Alright guys, real quick before I get started with this episode of Riverdale, don't forget you can get the full uncut, unedited raw reacts to Riverdale on my Patreon. The link will be at the top of the description, so if you want to watch the entire episode along with me, definitely check it out. Otherwise, they're of course going to still be on YouTube, just heavily edited. You will also get all the episodes to I think last season, and maybe half of the season before that, I think is what you should get, as well as all the other shows that I react to and see the uncuts to those. So if you pledge for that tier, you'll get all the shows under that tier. But yeah, other than that, I really want to get in this episode. I cannot wait for the second episode of them in this time jump. I'm so relieved that they're older now, and that the dynamic is different, so it's gonna feel like a new show, hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, other than that, let's get into it, guys. Here we go.
So why were we only talking about how the town of Riverdale had fallen and Archie's pipe dream to somehow save it? Probably because it was easier than the conversations that awaited us.
Right. They're in like such different places in their lives now. It's weird.
It's nice to see you.
I feel like
it's strange to be back here. It's just
Jughead is the
deeply
most
uncanny.
different.
It's good to see you too, Jug. Even though it is a bit weird.
Some rock on your finger, Ronnie. Must be a great guy.
Aw.
Chad?
I love that
Yeah,
he's
he
like
is.
so happy for her.
The last real relationship I was in was,
You.
well, I was with you.
Aw. Even the way they talk to each other and are like holding themselves seems older. And honestly, that makes me like really proud of the actors. Like to even just like carry yourself differently, to be perceived as older is difficult, and they did it.
I brought you a vanilla milkshake, extra thick.
Oh, thanks, sweetheart. Will you put it in the fridge? Keep your voice down. The twins are finally asleep.
Sure.
Do they live there now? The twins must be like, what, 7 years old? 8?
You currently owe $9,876 to Premier Credit. If you do not pay the outstanding balance within 24 hours.
Shit. He needs to get like a side job or something until he can
How did the Bughead reunion go?
get his spark back.
As well as it could have, considering not
The
all of us
Bughead
could be happily
reunion.
shacked up with our high school sweethearts, Kev.
It's what he deserves. I'm glad that he got his little happy ending, kind of.
No, bitch, it's your sister. What? And you're as good as dead to me now, too. What?
Is that?
Me.
Chadwick and I are looking for a weekend home, possibly here in Riverdale.
Why would you want to, if you guys are so rich and high and mighty, why would you want a weekend home in Riverdale with how it turned out?
I was hoping you could set me up with some short term.
You're lucky I'm even
A
willing to
quick
see you jealous.
$9,000.
What? Why?
What the hell is he doing here?
Can't even
No
get
way,
that
Tony.
fast
No way.
enough by selling yourself.
Gathering some research for your next. Look there, Jones. You think people around here couldn't figure out who? And what was that one character's name? Toothy was?
Yeah, or
Oh my
Popeye.
god.
You mocked our serpent traditions and codes, and now you're asking for our help?
Tony.
Popeye. Toothy.
It's looking like Riverdale High might not be opening up its doors next Monday. Like everything else in this town, our budget's been cut almost to nothing, thanks to
Hiram Lodge.
Why is his hair like so bright?
You're teaching, what, 5 classes?
Drama, debate, biology, gym, and sex ed.
Sorry, dead in the water.
Not yet. If we lose this vote, we lose the school.
And that's another nail in Riverdale's coffin.
How can they just shut down the school and it's literally the only school in town? Ooh, I could see
It's
these two
Tabitha,
together.
right? Tabitha Tate?
It is. You can't just sit here all day using my internet. You have to actually order food, not just coffee, and then you have to pay for said food.
Oh, I love that she just is the owner.
What if I told you that there was an open counselor position with a corner office and a big fat paycheck?
She's not gonna sell out that easily. Come on.
Ghoulies. I've turned my house into a drug
Oh shit.
Well, that tracks with everything my mom says about this block.
The jingle jangle shit when they're just like, here's a bag of them, here's a bag.
I'm covering the whole damn county by myself. Unless, of course, you count Hiram's private security force.
They're connected to Sodale?
No, they work out of Sodale. They're corrupt as hell. You should know who's
Oh my
running.
god.
It's Reggie Mann.
So there's one cop.
You still have their old gear, right?
Kevlar vests, batons. Well, you might want to dust them off, Tom. I gotta do some recon first, but after that, we're going in.
These are the kind of decisions that get him in a mess in the first place.
Well, I've been wanting to give the West Coast a try for a while now. Let me make some arrangements and I'll get back to you.
Doesn't even talk about it with her husband.
I'm having a little trouble with the credit card on file.
Really?
I'll have it sorted by the time you get back to New York. Which is when, exactly?
Is he essentially like cutting her off until she comes back? So what, she just doesn't get money? How is she supposed to get food or anything?
How high are you willing to jump for these?
Let's say 20 grand for both.
I'll take 30. But it has to be in cash. Like, right now.
I don't understand how her husband's just like, oh, we'll fix it later. Isn't she still on the account? Why is she letting some man control her account? Oh, shit. I mean, hell, at least they got guns now.
Polly, you gave me a heart attack. You're the one pointing a gun at me. Sorry. Old habits.
Why are you sneaking around the house?
It's also 3 in the morning.
Kind of seems like she like turned into a druggie or something.
Also for prank calling you that year on Halloween. I really didn't mean what I said.
My bad. I wish they would just like keep her on the show if they're gonna keep her on the show. I don't like how they randomly just bring her back.
We've all missed you.
What's going on with her though? She looks a little rough. Hopefully she's not one of the druggies that's been in Archie's house.
I just remember the roving eye can be sketchy.
Okay, that's not fair,
She did-
Elizabeth. You don't get to pop in, take a look around, and judge your sister.
I don't think she's judging so much as like being a little bit concerned for her.
In the meantime, if Hiram Lodge is trying to drag the Serpent Queen down to his level, he's gonna get himself bit.
I love that Tony's in this more. She should have been in it more the whole time.
But I was wondering if maybe one of us should say something, you know, give a speech about Pop Tate. Since you're the world-famous writer.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, I'd love that.
It's kind of
Okay,
sad how
great.
he's letting them
Thanks,
believe that he's like killing it, you know? I feel like they're all kind of putting up a front against each other. Betty's hiding the fact that she was taken. Veronica's hiding the fact that she's unhappy in her marriage. Jughead is pretending like he's not struggling. But they're gonna find out real quick when he gets a job.
Nothing in here but still cereal.
All right, let's check upstairs.
They literally saw it in there the night before. Because they probably warned them.
You know, it's almost like somebody tipped off the ghoulies.
Yep. If anything, this is Archie's character development, because you know that young Archie would have flipped the f*** out and fought every single one of them and probably would have gotten himself killed. Gotta take it slow until he can figure out what to do. Yep, I knew it. I was gonna say, she didn't really look like she just got done from working.
I lived to see my retirement. You're a big-time writer.
Oh, shit.
Always knew you'd make good.
How did they find him?
Those are debt collectors.
We're looking
I
for
hope
someone.
Pop
Been
hides
around
the stuff
here.
on the table.
Jughead Jones. Seen him?
Why do they look so aggressive? Why are they so scary?
I think I'd remember a weird-ass name like that.
Oh my god.
You just give us a call if he comes in. Okay,
They're gonna put her and Jughead together, I guarantee
I'll be
it.
sure to do that, pumpkin.
She's like, I didn't do that for you, Jughead. I did that because they were assholes. So.
Thank you. I'll figure something out. I always do. Thanks
Just
for the
give him
interview.
a
See you tomorrow.
job. Oh my god.
Hey, Jones. If you still
Yes.
want it, the waiter job's a bill.
Aw.
And like Kev said, no one gets killed. None of us, none of them. What
So
am I
they're
breaking
trying to
people?
just make it like
Oh,
a
yeah.
police break-in to check for contraband. Oh my god. I mean, I guess if this is what Riverdale has turned into, you kind of have to fight fire with fire. Also, I love that.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Y'all see that? Like, even in the fight scenes, that seems more grown up, you know? You wouldn't see the high schoolers beating the shit out of everybody.
To put him behind bars?
Just feels older, which I am here for.
You haven't worked at the roving eye for over a year. Who is this?
She's probably dealing then. Hopefully they don't call Polly and tell her someone's pretending to be her.
She found his secret agenda for the town hall meeting.
Look at that little pregnant bitch.
Of Succession right now.
So
And
cute.
besides deciding about Riverdale High, Hiram's also putting forth a vote to unincorporate the town.
It means that Riverdale, as a town, ceases to exist.
So Hiram Lodge will finally get what he's wanted for years. The death of Riverdale.
So his precious Sodale can thrive.
So what, they're just gonna like connect boundaries? And just make one giant soda.
We need the public there so they could vote against Hiram's plan.
I also love the vibe that, like,
I think I can maybe.
they're all adults now, so they can
Do
literally
you know any qualified teachers with
be here
degrees?
having a
'Cause that's what it takes to
conversation
be a public school
with
teacher.
Alice as equals and not just like as my friend's mom, you know? That's cool. Like, she sees Tony as her equal.
I should be facing it head on. With, maybe, your help.
Go
I
on.
kind of wish they made her husband like somebody she actually likes.
He was having me
Because starting
followed,
that off
but
by
I
her
just shot out his goon's tires, so.
her immediately being unhappy, it just kind of like, ugh, predictable.
No.
Come again?
Rude.
Remember you called me a dog, and you told me that I needed to be taught a lesson? It's about 7 years ago. You were cruel, Veronica.
I don't blame him. Because honestly, what did she think was going to happen?
You never had any intention of helping me, did you? You just wanted to hear me beg.
I assume you don't need my help finding the exit.
Oh my god.
Probably has to work.
It's sad too because Alice was like so
Actually,
proud
I'm not
of
so
her.
sure she does, Mom.
Oh god. Betty cannot help herself. She has not changed.
You don't live here.
Also, she's an
You
FBI
deserted
agent.
us. Okay, being a real sister doesn't mean coming in for one day and telling me how to live my life, especially when you don't know anything about it.
What? Betty is the queen at handling situations terribly. Especially with Polly, she's always been like that. She's like, oh, I want to try and be sisters for real this time, and then handles that situation like that.
Scribner's wants pages or their money back. Yeah, I know.
Like, why wouldn't you go to your sister first and talk to her about it and see, like, what's going
Actually,
on? Instead of confronting her in
let me
front
send
of
it to you. Let me
your
know what you think.
mom.
Might be
Like,
enough to
what?
convince Scribner's I'm not a one-hit wonder.
Is that his speech? That's his speech, right? How is that going to prove he's not a one-hit wonder? Hey, at least he got his house back. I'd be terrified to live there, though.
Believe me, I'd rather be dealing with this mess than the one I made at my own house.
I like how they look so much older now. Nothing, like, physically about them changed. It's just, like, the way they carry themselves and, like, what they wear.
I'm gonna take a shower first.
Oh, me too.
Do you want to go
home
first?
first?
Oh my god. Shut up. Oh my god. Barchi Nation is thriving. Holy shit. See, if this sex scene happened when they were supposed to be teenagers, I would be incredibly uncomfortable. Oh shit. Bet. Okay, listen, I don't like hardcore ship anyone on the show besides Shoni, but they're growing on me. That chemistry, come on.
Something we've been wanting to do since high school but never got around to.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Oh my god. Shit. They're gonna be friends with benefits?
Veronica's a married woman and Jughead and I haven't dated for 7 years, so.
Honestly though, when they say it like that, like,
It's okay.
I get it. Like, obviously I love Betty and Jughead, but like for us it's been like 2 episodes since they've been broken up. But to them it's been years and years and years. Like that was a high school thing to them, and now they're far out of college, you know?
I never got to graduate. This means the world to me.
Aww. And also I love Betty and Jughead, but it makes the couple not as exciting, and like their little moments aren't as good anymore when it's like we see it every episode, you know? It wasn't anything new. And it's been that way for the first 4 seasons, you know?
And I think that's more than a jukebox or vinyl boots. It's like a lighthouse in the storm. Now,
It
Bob
honestly was though.
himself,
Like that's where they came
it's many things.
to like just be.
He's a cook.
He's
He's a
aight.
really good
He's
listener.
aight. I hope Jughead gets with Pop's granddaughter. What was her name? I don't remember her name.
It's about the only reason that I made it through. He gave us a home, Pop.
Aw.
Thank you.
Aw. I still don't understand why they reacted that way when Archie was like, "Tell me, Tony, what happened to Pop?" Like, why was they being so dramatic about that? Honestly, Pops is the only thing that's keeping Riverdale afloat. What else is crazy to me is like, we didn't necessarily get to like see them show off their acting skills that much in this show because it's Riverdale, you know, it's not like this huge drama where you can show off how good of an actor you are and, you know, whatnot. But the fact that you can like feel the chemistry change between Veronica and Archie, and then between Betty and Jughead, like they walk side by side and you don't feel that love and that like passion anymore. And like, you know, 2 episodes ago they were like more in love than anything, you know, and the fact that it's been 2 episodes for us, but like 7 years for them, and they can act the way that they're doing to show that, like, hey, you know, that was there 7 years ago and now it's not, you know? It's crazy because it's so realistic, like seeing somebody that used to mean everything to you and then now they're just like kind of a stranger next to you. They've acted that so well. And I was kind of afraid that they would come back and then immediately just be drawn to each other again. And it's just like, okay, we're just repeating this. But the Betty and Archie thing is like totally spicing this up for me. This episode has been so good. And I love seeing like the different like vibes between everyone. Even with Shoni, like the last episode, you could feel that change in them. Even though the episode before they were so in love, you know? And that takes a lot, I feel like, to be able to act like the person next to you is just a distant stranger, even though in the last episode you were in love, you know? And I'm really impressed by that, honestly, I really am. I think the way that they've acted these couple episodes, the fact that they're like, just their whole vibe feels older. Their mannerisms feel older. The way they're talking to each other feels older. And it just makes me like angry that they didn't do the whole show with them as adults. Because like that shower scene, you know, 2 episodes ago I would have been so uncomfortable with it because they're in high school, you know. But like now they feel like adults. So when it's happening and you're watching it, it doesn't feel dirty and wrong anymore. It's just, you know, it just feels like they're adults. But yeah, I'm impressed by that. Very impressed by that.
Have you considered my ask to fund Riverdale and the new teachers it needs? It's the only thing that might save the school.
If only Veronica would do it.
Cheryl, I know you think you're cursed, and the sins of your family are so great there's nothing you can do to atone for them.
What is going on with Cheryl? And how long are you gonna make us wait to find out?
If you won't do it for the town,
do it for me.
Would you do it for me?
Oh.
Please.
Oh, the way she looked at her.
If our love ever meant anything to you, help us.
Oh my god. I miss them. It's been like 2 episodes, but it feels like forever. People you know and love.
We become teachers here. I know it sounds crazy, but it's also a way to keep the school going. Which means, if Hiram wins the vote, we still have a defendable position. And it's not gonna be long. A month or 2.
What the f***?
I need to be here right now for my mom and Polly.
Thanks, Betty.
And for Archie.
Well, why not?
So what, they're all gonna be teachers for free?
I'm in too.
That's...
I'll make it work with Chad.
First of all, not legal because they didn't go to school, but I know it'll get him back if they just like keep Riverdale open.
Bulldogs forever?
Okay, we're just ignoring the fact that they don't have to go to school to become teachers, but also a sheriff can become a sheriff out of nowhere, and teenagers can work with the FBI.
With the help of one very generous donor, I'm happy to announce that Riverdale High will be able to do that as a private school.
Oh.
Barnard grad Veronica Gecko.
Gecko? What the fuck? Gecko.
Will not be at the mercy
I'm sorry.
of Hiram
Hold on.
Lodge's destructive whims.
Okay, period. But Gecko. Veronica Gecko. Okay. Can people teach in private schools that don't have a degree as a teacher? I don't think they can.
The township of Riverdale is hereby dissolved.
Did we count the hands? That seemed a little close to me. Also, what?
Scribners love your story about the old man.
They what?
Yeah, they think it's your next book and a slam dunk. You know, we'll call it Elegy for a Small Town. What do you think?
So again, he's gonna...
This is your ticket out of the literary graveyard.
That is not the story that he sent, though. He's gonna have to profit off of their bad luck again.
She gets angry, storms off. God knows when she'll be back. This is what happens.
Right, she just
But this one's
constantly
on Elizabeth.
leaves. Honestly, she should have handled that a lot better. She should have went to her sister and like softly asked what was going on.
Why is that?
Instead of screaming at her and telling her mom.
Fallen on hard times and needs my help.
He's gonna be creepy, I bet.
And this she-wolf will tear out your throat in front of all the other alpha dogs with zero hesitation.
Is that it then? Are we done?
You have 30 minutes to reactivate our cards.
I mean, that she-wolf line was a little cheesy, but like, why is she staying married to this dude? His last name's Gecko. Come on.
wondering if you could, use a roommate now that you're in this big empty house all by yourself.
Yeah, what happened to the 5 seasons?
It's a little rich for my blood.
Come in.
Well, can't have sex with Betty when he's home.
I want to tell you that I love you and that I'm here for you, so just call me.
What the hell? Also, why did that kind of look like the one girl from the last episode that went missing? Maybe the mystery they have to solve is Polly dying. Which, like, I don't want her to die, but, like, at least they're doing something with her character, you know? Alright, there we go. That was Riverdale season 5? Episode 5? Yeah, 5. This was so good. You cannot tell me these past 2 episodes haven't been, like, some of the best of the entire show. This is the shit that we have been waiting for. You already heard my rant about how much better it is that they're older and how they seem older and then everything works better when they're older. You know that. But it's just, but there's obviously a few, like, cringy lines, like the she-wolf line, but for the most part, like, it works better with them older. Like, I'm tired of thinking, like, oh, my mom's mad at me, my dad's mad at me, like, you know, like, all that shit. It's nice that they're just, like, their own people. They're full adults. Like, Alice is working side by side with Tony, and it's like, Tony's gonna swing by and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's not like my daughter's friends coming over, you know, it wasn't that type of thing. It was like my coworkers coming over, which I think is so cool. And just the vibes that you get now that they're older is awesome. I'm loving the Betty and Archie. I love me some Bughead. I think that they're great together, but the couples just kind of flatlined for me, because how it felt was that, like, yes, we love them, and yeah, it's cute. It doesn't come off as like, ah, wow, oh my god, I love them, we're so cute, you know, because we see it every episode. We saw them, like, having sex all the time, especially especially Veronica and Archie. And it's just like, it got old. It got to the point where I was like, okay, like, I don't feel that spark anymore, because they don't have any more to, like, because I feel like the way that you feel that, like, excitement is when it's new, you know, when the show's new and, like, there's stuff that we haven't seen yet, and they kind of make it be like this cat and mouse game, which is why I feel like the couples got old, was because they were, like, U-hauling it, moved in from the first couple episodes, and it made it so that it was hard to, like, still be excited about it, because this was just constant, you know? And I feel like moving forward, even if they do get back together, like the original couples, I hope that it happens very slowly and then it's like a cat and mouse thing. I'm glad that Betty and Veronica hooked up, and I think it was so cute how the line was like, it's something that we've wanted to do since high school. And I love their chemistry. Like, that shower scene, the chemistry was insane. That was awesome. And it's not to say that Bughead's chemistry isn't that good, or Betty and Veronica, or there's so many names, or Veronica and Archie's chemistry wasn't that good, because it is. But you just stop feeling that after a while. And they just killed it. And I know now they're talking about, like, kind of friends with benefits, but I highly, highly, highly doubt that it's going to just be that. It's going to turn into something else, and now Jughead is living with Archie, so I'm sure they're going to get caught. But also, like what Betty said, you know, it's been 7 years since they dated, and that's a long time. Like, someone you dated when you're, you know, 18, the person that I dated when I was 18, like, if I met up with them again, I'd be awkward as hell. Like, I don't know you, like, you know? So it wouldn't make sense that, like, that it would be super, super weird, besides maybe, like, them being a little bit upset that, like, their best friend is dating the person that they love, whether that be from Veronica or from Jughead. So, I don't know. I kind of hope they don't do a whole, like, jealous Jughead storyline, because it's been 7 years, and I feel like maybe a lot of the people that ship, like, these ships are younger and maybe just don't realize, like, how much time that really is. So, like, if you're separated from them, not just relationship wise, but, like, you haven't seen them in 7 years, that like, even if you still have love for them, you care for them, you want them, you wish them all the best, you know, it's still not, you're not actively in their life, you know, you grow apart and then you become strangers again, which is sad, but it's true. And so I hope they don't do a huge, like, jealous Jughead thing when, like, Jughead was not even thinking about Betty. Like, he was chilling, like, with this other girl writing a story. Like, he wasn't like that. So I hope that that's not something that happens, and I hope that maybe that whole jealousy thing might be over with, because, like, they're not in high school anymore. Now they're grown adults, and I'm excited to see them explore that and what comes along with being adults and them mending these relationships and kind of getting to know each other again. They're going to be teachers at Riverdale, I guess, working for free, which I'm pretty sure you have to have a teaching degree to work at a private school. Pretty sure. But I think they're just kind of, like, sidestepping that, and it's another one of those Riverdale things where, like, it doesn't make sense, but they're just like, it's just in their universe, that's possible, and that can happen. So I need to look past that and not nitpick when it comes to that. Yeah, it was a really good episode, though. Archie got his house back. What else? Cheryl is one of the donors. Like, she's donating a ton of money. She finally listened to Tony and did it for Tony. You know, if she's not going to do it for Riverdale, do it for Tony. I want to know what happened to Cheryl. I hope that we find out sooner rather than later, because I feel like because we don't know what's going on, it's made it so we haven't been able to see much of Cheryl, because it's this big mystery and we haven't, like, been updated on it yet. So I really hope that we find out soon about, like, what's going on with Cheryl. Jughead's working at Pop's. I really like him and Pop's granddaughter. I feel like they would be cute together. I like how she's, like, very, like, no bullshit, you know. I feel like she could handle his ass. Jughead's also now going to be struggling with the thought of, do I profit off of the town again and piss people off? Because they like the story, but I have to essentially tell the story of my town and throw people under the bus again. So it's going to be interesting to see that, how that happens. Then the ending with Polly being chased by a truck. It felt very similar to that other girl that went missing, so I'm wondering if that's the same person. I'm assuming that's probably the same person that took that girl. So I don't know if he's taken people or if he's killing them or what, but I'm glad that they're finally, like, actually incorporating Polly's character, even if they don't show her much, because throughout the whole series it's just been, like, in and out, in and out, in and out. So kill her off or do something with her, because I'm tired of her just showing up, you know. But yeah, this was phenomenal. Loved every second of this episode. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.